Well, guys, first off, I want to say thankfully, I actually got rid of Allstate like a few months ago. The rates were insane. I went back to USAA, who I pretty much had for the past 25 years, going back to when I was in the Navy. I bought a new car and then I added it to my insurance, and then the premium was just outrageous. I already believed that the Allstate rates were kind of crazy, but I went back to USAA and it is way, way cheaper with USAA. Now, guys, that actually brings us to the Allstate CEO. This man put his foot in his mouth. Big time. Now, I just shot a video, man, about ESPN during the Sugar Bowl. They actually refused to show the national anthem and the moment of silence. Well, the Allstate CEO, and this aired on ESPN, decided to lecture Americans about their divisiveness. Now, this comes on the heels of the terrorist attack in La Nouvelle-Orléans, New Orleans, where 15 people got killed by a jihadist. I don't care if the guy was American or not. This man was a threat to this nation. He was a jihadist. But the Allstate CEO is almost, in a way, trying to justify what happened. Yeah, this man should resign, guys. He should submit his resignation to the board or be fired. How can you actually go out there and talk about the imperfections of Americans, mainly these people that died? What was he thinking, man? Who wrote this for this guy? That's what I'm curious about. Who wrote this? Because I highly doubt he actually wrote this himself. Why in the world would you actually agree to something like that? It's shameful, man. It's insulting. It's insulting to the family members of the deceased. Look here. It says Allstate CEO lectures Americans after terror attack. Laments addiction to divisiveness at Sugar Bowl. Tom Wilson, the chairman and chief executive officer of Allstate, sponsor of the Sugar Bowl, sparked severe backlash on social media Thursday afternoon after a statement following the New Year's Day terror attacks in New Orleans. Just before the start of the game, Wilson delivered a video statement in which he suggested Americans have an addiction to divisiveness and need to accept people's imperfections and differences. Wow. So let's go ahead, guys, and watch this clip here of Tom Wilson. It's only 30 seconds. Let's roll it.
Welcome to the Allstate Sugar Bowl. Wednesday, tragedy struck the New Orleans community. Our prayers are with the victims and their families. We also need to be stronger together by overcoming an addiction to divisiveness and negativity. Join Allstate working in local communities all across America to amplify the positive, increase trust, and accept people's imperfections and differences. Together, we win.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe he just said that. Yeah. Look at Colin Rudd's response right here. It says, Allstate CEO Tom Wilson says Americans need to overcome their addiction to divisiveness and accept people's differences following the terror attack in New Orleans. If only Shamsu-Din Jabbar had heard this message 2 days ago. The comment was made at the start of the Allstate Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. And then he goes on and puts out what Tom Wilson actually says right there. I'm sorry, man. I don't actually stand for what Shamsuddin Jabbar stood for. Okay? His differences, I don't accept that. This man is a terrorist. A terrorist. Got some other posts right here, man. He's getting destroyed. Allstate CEO special message on TV just now sounding like a terrorist apology. Crazy, yeah. Because you Americans, man, you're imperfect. And so therefore it seems like it's okay if a jihadist kills you. Disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. Allstate CEO Tom Wilson calls the massacre of Americans in New Orleans an imperfection. Wilson needs to step down as CEO immediately, and the Allstate stock needs to collapse. What he said is unforgivable. Yeah. Another person says this might be the most brain dead, tone deaf CEO pontification of all time. Screw you, Tom, and screw you, Allstate. I'm wondering, folks, how many people are actually going to quit Allstate after hearing this? He was essentially attacking you. Now, overall, guys, I don't believe that Americans have an addiction to divisiveness, but I do believe you have some very, very evil people that become radicalized. And guess what? Shamsuddin Jabbar didn't respect his own family's differences because guess what? He was planning on killing them too. Another comment here. Your CEO is an idiot at Allstate. Your Sugar Bowl ad was an insult to Americans. Yeah, I completely agree. This person says, if I were the board of Allstate, I'd fire the CEO for being dumb enough to read the presser written by the woke intern. Yeah, this man's supposed to be a CEO, and apparently he couldn't realize this is awful right here. Like I said, guys, I'm so glad that I canceled Allstate like 2 months ago. So happy. This person says, by the way, he canceled Allstate too. Says, I canceled Allstate months ago because they didn't pay on claims. But if I cancel it. I'm not about to hear this CEO preach to me how we should be tolerant after Americans were mowed down in a terrorist attack in New Orleans. Cancel Allstate. I did. Couldn't say it any better. I couldn't have said it any better. Yeah. After an evil ISIS supporter killed over a dozen people and seriously injured a dozen more, the Allstate Sugar Bowl kicked off with the Allstate CEO lecturing viewers on divisiveness and negativity. And he goes on, he says, quote, we also need to be stronger together by overcoming an addiction to divisiveness and negativity. Join Allstate working in local communities all across America to amplify the positive, increase trust, and accept people's imperfections and differences. Close quote. This ain't it. Yeah. This man completely missed the mark. And he may have actually cost Allstate customers here. Charlie Kirk writes, a jihadist killed and maimed dozens of innocent Americans in a hate-fueled rampage, and the CEO of Allstate thinks Americans watching Sugar Bowl need a lecture from him on overcoming an addiction to divisiveness and negativity. Absolutely not. Yeah. So there you have it, man. There you have it. This man should resign. This man should resign, and the board should force him out. This was awful, man. Absolutely awful. I'm going to leave right there, guys. Yeah, this really did kind of make me furious right here, guys. It really, really did. We're actually going to be having our member live stream here in about an hour. So make sure you guys become channel members on the YouTube side, or click the join button if you're watching on Rumble. you get access to the same thing. It's every Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.